Alright, party people. Shotokan day 25 out of 30. The back of that guy's head looks like a friend of mine, but I don't think it's him. But he has a dog. I thought he had a corgi, but I don't think he would have those shoes. I don't know. I don't think it's him. No, he turned around. That doesn't really seem like him. Alright, could be him actually. I don't know. Alright, well, yeah, Shotokan day 25. I did a little kata practice in the garage. I did for about 7 minutes. I did about 33 minutes of kihon practice. The basics, mostly, let me actually drive. I'm supposed to be like going home. I just finished my outdoor workout for 75 hard and I'm kind of just like sitting in the car. But yeah, I just logged everything. So yeah, 33 minutes in my room practicing basics. And I think I did pretty well with the basics. I was trying to get the kata 270 degree turn down on the while I'm in a forward punch to the right, and going 270 degrees on my right foot towards the left to get on barai. So I basically was able to mostly get the motion down for that, I feel like, because I definitely noticed in the videos I was not hitting the mark on that move. And also the 180 degree turns from turns into gadon barai to the left or to the right. I got those down a little bit better, not fully, obviously, not fully, but I think, yeah, I'm kind of back to basics. I studied a little bit last night of what some people advise. There was one guy who was talking about how to do the oizuki punches, just kind of like what your waist and your thighs are doing. So those details I found very helpful. And then I still need to practice it more. And then there was another guy who was talking about, I rewatched some of the kata demonstrations. I can definitely tell which ones look great and which ones don't. And then, yeah, trying to just like watch how black belts or higher level belts, like how their form is. I'm trying to figure out, is it called kinesiology? What's it called? Like the details of like the physical part of it. I don't know how to explain that, but what is that called, you know? When there's like something that people are doing physically, right? They're doing something physically. And I'm trying to figure out what that is. But yeah, I don't really know what they're doing, so I'm kind of trying to figure out, because it's like when I watch the video recordings of myself, I'm like, I look different doing it. So there's definitely something with my posture, something with the explosiveness at certain points, the distancing, all these different things. So like I was saying, when I go to the Gadon Barai down block, I'm not holding the fist up, close to my ear or neck. It wasn't up that high. It was like below my shoulder a lot of the time. Or when I'm, doing a punch or Gadon Barai, and there's that hand that's back instead of the one that's either out for the punch or down for the block, the one that's back, it needs to be higher up near my rib cage, not like below my waist. And so I'm trying to just like practice the posture of it all, and get that in before I get more bad habits. Because I feel like at the moment I'm able to kind of go through the motions. Yesterday I was certainly foggy. Last night I lost a lot of sleep, but I'm not gonna hate on myself because of it. But I did lose a lot of sleep. I talked about it in the 75 hard, finishing up this 1 week worth, 7 days. Today's the 7th day of that. So finishing that up, last night after talking to family, I was kind of like, I'm not reaching my goals. And, I've tried to be, slow and, not pushy with family, but I gave it one more. Is that a surfboard? I don't know if it's free. Is that a free surfboard? Let me go back. Let me see. I don't surf, but not like officially, but let me look. It's next to the trash can. They've got like an old ladder and an old surfboard. Let me check this out. An old little house. Let me ask. But yeah, I did lose a tad of sleep last night, with the situation of, not quite wanting, just basically having a family life where, we don't really have the same health goals or values around certain levels of discipline, especially with the food. I mean, with the exercise stuff, it's like, okay, I can exercise somewhere else. I have a gym membership. Technically, like I was saying, I could technically make it so that I can move my bed. My bedroom's 10 by 11, like wall to wall. But, I mean, I've got furniture. I've got a horizontal, one side of my room pretty much has a horizontal desk, a horizontal dresser all the way on one side, as well as the desk. And if I got like either a sleeper sofa or was just able to like remove my bed frame and was able to just kind of like prop up my bed against the wall like I did before in the past. And then I still have two nightstands, one on either side of the head of the bed. So that kind of makes it so I've got a little, maybe like 2 feet less on either side. So I'd really call it like an 8 by 9. And then I've got a keyboard on one side, but that could be easily moved. And an amp, I could easily put that in the closet, all that stuff in the closet if I really needed to. I like having it out so I can just play it right away without having to like lug it out of the closet and plug everything back in and like set it all up. But technically, if I had to, I could put it in the closet, But yeah, if it's Yeah, it's like so that's not a lot of space, you know. 9 by, what did I say? Like 9 by 8. That's really not a lot of space to put in all that effort just to have like a little 9 by 8 space. I mean, I think I have more than that in the garage, honestly, because at least one direction is like way wider. I could probably clear out that amount of space in the garage if I really just start stacking stuff. I could probably do that even without throwing stuff away. It would just take some more time. So I think the space thing, even though nobody's gonna budge on it, which, because I mentioned I got no answer when I mentioned my plan that I would want to do, and my mom was kind of not seeming into it. I guess the part she didn't want was her exercise bike in the garage, but still, I'm like, well, what if I want to use the garage? But it's not my house, So I'm kind of getting a little bit of pushback because it's not my house. I can't tell somebody don't buy snacks. This isn't my house. I can't tell somebody, maybe don't put all your junk in the garage because I like to use it, and I'm the one cleaning it out all the time. It's not my house. I can't tell somebody, hey, can you leave the house so I can have some space to do some of the stuff I want to do. So, once I can move, that's not going to be an issue. I'll have to be able to choose a place that suits my own lifestyle. For now, I'm going to have to stay gladly where I'm at with the benefits that I do have from it. But I'm not really trying to combine my lifestyle goals with somebody else's because we don't have the same goals, and it's very apparent to me that I can't force somebody else to try to do things I want to do just because it's my own desires. I can't force them to do it. I can't do anything. So but yeah, as far as my own practicing, I'm trying to get through the last remaining week of this Shotokan practice without really getting too distracted doing too much other stuff. So I'm not going to be cleaning out more or doing more other stuff. I'm just going to practice the basics and keep practicing the kata and see how far I can get with it still, and not get too distracted by all the other stuff. See how far I can get as far as what the yellow belt test information says, and I'll go from there. That's it for now. Thanks for listening.